Demographic narration of Greeks, abortions, unemployment, migration, and the state's neglect of the Greek people. The family is collapsing. An alarm bell is ringing in Greece. In the next 30 years, Greece will face complete demographic collapse. Christ is risen. Ladies and gentlemen, the anti-democratic policies followed by all governments, except during the brief period in 2004 to 2008, have led to a decrease in birth rates and the aversion of young people to marry and have children. Laws and decisions such as the legalization of abortions and the so-called white genocide, with 150,000 to 200,000 abortions per year in Greece, combined with car accidents and illnesses, the so-called indirect losses, create an explosive mix that threatens the extinction of native Greeks. Unemployment, poverty, abortions, migration, low marriage rates, and high divorce rates form a ticking time bomb. Social protection for the homeland is minimal. Since the bailout years, a city of 50,000 Greek inhabitants disappears from Greece's population each year. Today, in rural areas, deaths are at least 3 times higher than births. If the trend of low birth rates continues at this pace, by 2080, there will be no Greeks left. Those remaining, about 4 million, will live in Attica and Boeotia. Replacing generations, 1 child equals none, 2 children replace the parents, 3 make up for the childless, 4 or more renew and regenerate the Greek population. Childbearing is a gift from God and a blessing for the survival of the nation. The demographic issue must now be treated more as a challenge than a problem, because the demographic situation in all industrialized countries, especially in our homeland, has created a new reality. This demands a comprehensive reevaluation of how we organize both our economy and society. A new mindset is needed, one that reshapes how we address the consequences, starting with schools. In the coming years, social cohesion and intergenerational solidarity will be tested by demographic changes. It's no exaggeration to say that every aspect of economic and social life in our country will be affected by aging and the lack of generational renewal. Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing the 3rd demographic collapse in our nation's history, after those during the times of Alexander the Great. The first collapse came when Alexander's successors were enslaved by the Romans. The second came during the Byzantine Empire. At the time of Constantinople's fall, fewer than 5,000 soldiers were defending the city. It was lost to demographic collapse. And the 3rd collapse is happening now, here, today, in our homeland. Regional inequalities have also contributed. The dogma of globalization, do whatever the markets say, allowed generations of local political actors to abandon their responsibilities and enable economic forces, large corporations, and cartels to devalue rural life and local communities. Intervention is urgently needed to restore demographic prospects in shrinking municipalities. Social, spatial, and regional inequalities have created a complex, explosive mix of class and professional tensions. As these municipalities shrink, they become poor. National funding decreases because state allocations are based on population size rather than needs. As a result, shrinking areas are deprived of the financial tools necessary to reverse depopulation. Those mayors who dared to challenge this inequality found themselves under the threat of regional government authorities, which forbid them from implementing demographic policies. Demographic danger looms over every remote area of Greece. Proposed solutions include reducing VAT to 6% on essential goods, untaxed energy, and relocation incentives, 20,000 euros for first-time family relocation, and 500 euros monthly support per child until adulthood. For every new child born, a one-time bonus of 5,000 euros should be given. Young couples should be able to buy homes with loans up to 100,000 euros, of which 1/4 is forgiven upon the birth of the first child, half for the second, and the entire loan upon the birth of the fourth. A mother who has 6 children should be considered an Olympic champion and receive the same privileges as Olympic athletes. In today's times, having 6, 7, or 8 children is a heroic feat and should be treated as such. These families should never pay income tax again and should be exempt from municipal fees while living in remote regions. Public servants and armed forces personnel should be given incentives, both financial and professional, to live in the regions where they serve, not commute from distant cities. Vacant army housing units should be made available to young couples and large families. Finally, the Golden Visa program must be abolished immediately. It is a modern Trojan horse for the conquest of our homeland. Thank you, and may you be in good health.